What's good? What's happening, guys? It's Sam, MrBlitztek, and welcome back to another Tech Talks where it just seems like another day in the gaming community where we just can't help ourselves, can we? We're into another issue. That's right, it's Assassin's Creed Shadows game. It's just dropped, so if you haven't already, go watch the trailer, go see what your thoughts are. Hope all you Assassin's Creed fans are actually happy what's happening with the game. But if you haven't seen already, all over social media or everywhere else that you're in the gaming sphere, this game is getting major backlash. Yeah? So obviously you get to play as Yasuke and the character Noe. So these are the two protagonists in the game. It's set in feudal Japan, and as you can imagine, no one's happy about playing as the black samurai in Japan. Like it's just not a thing. And obviously, if you're not racist about that kind of thing, then you're also kind of sexist that you get to play as a female shinobi rather than a Japanese male. In this day and age, I'm actually still quite surprised that this is the issues that we still have to go with. Everyone's saying, oh, why are they being so woke? Why is it a black man that we have to play as? Why is it Yasuke? He was a slave. He wasn't a nobody. Rare. Well, boy, it just depends where you want to get your sources from. Some sources that say that he was a slave. Some sources say that he was a samurai. Other sources say he was pick and butt older to live among. He got a land. He was a weapon bearer who also bared weapons, and he was just a soldier. There's like loads of stuff. But if you go to where Ubisoft are going from, where how they wanted to pick the story, they're saying he's a samurai. And the real issue is that they don't find this game historically correct. Now, let's rewind that just a little bit, yeah? Who plays games, especially Assassin's Creed games, for their historical correctiveness? Yes, they've had historical figures in their games before, but I don't remember any of these historical figures doing exactly the same things that they did in history that are actually depicted in the games. So now, why is it a ruckus? Yes, obviously it's a ruckus because Yasuke is black. It is mad. Guys, these guys make you want to play as a black person, and the whole internet is up in arms. First, if you're not a woman, they don't want to play as you as a woman, but now if you're a black guy, they don't want to play as you black. Like you can't win. You just want to play as white straight males. If you're not a white straight male, the game's not probably gonna bomb, unless you're someone like Eve from Stellar Blade. But that's a whole nother story anyway. So yeah, the internet is not happy. Everyone's is up in arms. There are just two sides of the camps. Either this is BS, I don't want to play as some black samurai dude, or it's just a game, guys. I'm gonna play the game. And I'm on the side, I'm just going to play the game. This doesn't affect anything for me in the game entirely. If it was a Caucasian dude, an Asian guy, or if it was an Asian girl, a white girl, or a black girl. You know what I mean? Like, none of that, to me, it doesn't even bloody matter. But these will be the same guys who don't kick up a ruckus when it's happening in other kinds of media or any other kinds of forms. It is actually just crazy. Now, I've been gaming for quite some time, and yes, these issues do come up. Like, I've seen some things where I'm like, this doesn't even make any kind of sense in any kind of sensitive matter, and I'm like, don't do this. But they want to tell a story about Yasuke. He was depicted in Japan. They're going to Japan. They're going to do that. Like, when Assassin's Creed Black Flag dropped, and it was a white pirate in the Caribbean, no one kicked up a fuss and was like, why isn't a black pirate? You know, because they could have done it then. Obviously, we went to Egypt, Black Brother. We went to Mirage, obviously Arabian. Ezio was Italian. So, you know, like, it's just a bit of give and take. For me, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Everyone's calling it woke, this, that, and the other. But I find it interesting when, like I said, in other mediums, no one says anything when it's a white guy. Like, it's happened time and time again. Like, has anyone seen the movie Gods of Egypt? I don't think any of those guys are Egyptian. Are they? Yeah, that's a bit nuts, right? What about Chris Redfield when he went to Africa to fight the biohazard, and his co-op partner Shiva, she was black, but Chris is white. Like Capcom did it, and no one said anything. In fact, the only fuss that they kicked up about was that they were trying to depict black people as, just village sand dwellers or whatever. I don't know. That was a whole nother madness. But yeah, like when the protagonist is white, it's nothing. It's nothing. Wait a second. Isn't Neo? Isn't he a blonde dude in Japan? Oh yeah, it's fantastical, but it's still a blonde dude in Japan, right? Like, no one said anything about that. And isn't Yasuke? Isn't he a boss in Neo 2 or something? Like, can someone jog my memory, please? Like, isn't a thing? But guys, it doesn't stop with games. Like, it also happens in movies. We've got the Outsider with Jared Leto. Like, it's a white guy in is it the Triads or something? I don't know. He's part of a gang basically in an eastern part of the world. I mean, no one said anything about that. There was 47 Ronin starting Keanu Reeves. The Last Samurai starring Tom Cruise. I mean, there was a list of like stuff like that. What's the movie with Matt Damon? I forgot what that movie is called, but isn't he like a Caucasian guy in an Eastern Asian country? In fact, there was some backlash about that actually. I don't think that went too well. But you see my point here. As soon as I guess the fans don't love it too tough, that's when they want to kick a fuss. They pick and choose when they want to do this. But when you get cool stuff like Afro Samurai, which is actually made by manga anime artists or other kind of things, then no one wants to say anything because it's cool. Like, and that's the thing I want the most. I just want this to be a very good game. Yasuke has been depicted as a Netflix animation. I didn't like it too tough, to be honest. I thought it was kind of terrible. But Assassin's Creed games tend to do really well, tend to play really well, and hopefully they tell a good story. Like, you get to play as Norway and Yasuke, two separate stories. You get to play as a shinobi and a samurai. Boom. Like, I like the two different play styles in the same kind of world, and I just hope this game does well. Hopefully this backlash just makes people more aware of the game and wants to people to play the game rather than what we're getting right now. But there's only one way to find out, and that's to see when the game drops in November. Guys, let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of Assassin's Creed Shadows? Are you upset that Yasuke is one of the protagonists, like a black samurai, and no way that no one's even talking about really that she's a female shinobi because sexism exists too, which is not as much as Yasuke, but it is what it is. And yeah, see you guys on the next level. Peace out, Rainbow Trout.